I'm Ashley Renne Nsonwu, and today I'm going to show you what my 19-month-old baby eats in a day.
Hi, my name is Caroline, and this is what I eat in a day as a 29-year-old vegan.
Hi, I'm Elaine, and I'm going to show you what a 69-year-old vegan eats for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
For breakfast, I made Beyond Breakfast hash, sliced fruit, and banana oat pancakes drizzled with chia sunflower seed butter. First, I sauteed some onions, some minced garlic, and some potatoes. Then I stirred all of that together, and I let that cook until the potatoes were nice and soft. Then I added some black beans and some chopped red and yellow bell peppers. Fun fact, bell peppers have way more vitamin C than oranges. Once I let that cook, I stirred in my seasonings, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, and iodized sea salt. Iodine is an essential mineral everyone needs, and one way to get it is through iodized salt. You don't have to use it, but that's what I use to ensure Beyond gets his iodine. For the banana oat pancakes, I made my own pancake batter simply by blending rolled oats into a powder. Seriously, you do not need to go to the store and grab a box of pancake mix. If you have oats in your pantry, just use that, okay? And then to a bowl, you add a mashed banana, and then you add the oat flour you just made, any fortified plant-based milk of your choice, some baking powder, cinnamon, some nutmeg, some maple syrup, and then just a pinch of that iodized sea salt. That's completely optional. And then you just give it a good mix. Then I made 3 little baby pancakes. The trick to turning a stainless steel pan into a nonstick pan is to do the mercury ball test. Basically, you put a little drop of water into the pan, and if it turns into a little water ball, the temperature is just right and your food won't stick. If the water sizzles, that means it's not hot enough yet, so be patient. Then to add some fun to his plate, I sliced some strawberries and made little stars out of dragon fruit, and I ate the parts I didn't use because we don't waste food up in our house, okay? Then I made some chia sunflower butter. First, I added chia seeds to some water. Always let chia seeds expand in a liquid first before consuming. Once the seeds expanded, I mixed in some sunflower seed butter. Chia seeds are a nutrient powerhouse, and combined with the seed butter, you've got a pancake topping packed with protein and healthy fats instead of just maple syrup. Feeding a baby a vegan diet can feel intimidating at first, but it gets easier once you understand their nutrient needs. The key to a well-balanced vegan diet for a baby is knowing when to supplement and remembering to structure each meal with foods from these 3 important plant-based food categories. So a third of the meal is a fruit or a veggie, another third is a grain or a starch, and then the other third is a legume, nut, or seed. Also, babies need a lot of fat, so try to incorporate healthy fats into each meal as well. Use that structure as a guideline, and every meal will be balanced.
For breakfast, I had a vegan breakfast burrito that I made with just egg. I started off by sauteing some chopped jalapeno for a little kick with some vegan butter. Then I added in the just egg and scrambled it with salt and pepper. I always think it's nice to wake up with some spice. We're heating up our spinach here and also heating up canned refried beans. So this is super easy because everything's pre-cooked, you're just heating it up. So now we're assembling our burritos. We're adding in a layer of refried beans, spinach, our just egg, vegan cheese shreds, avocado, and cilantro because I like that. I know some people think it tastes like soap. I'm team cilantro. Then I wrapped that baby up, popped it back in the pan, got it all nice toasty and melty, ooey gooey, and delicious. I think that's something that people assume about plant-based eating is that you don't get to eat anything delicious and you have to give up all your favorite fun foods, and that is so not the case. You can find a vegan plant-based version of pretty much any food nowadays and it tastes delicious.
For breakfast, I use a high-protein, low-sugar, high-fiber cereal and about 1/2 cup of that, and then I add 1/2 cup of blueberries and 1/2 cup of raspberries. I add for extra protein some paprika seeds or some sunflower seeds or even a few walnuts, and it really tides me over until I have my lunch.
For lunch, I made Beyond a mushroom pesto flatbread with a blue spirulina fruit smoothie, which I added his vitamins to. Okay, so start out by adding some oil to a pan and then saute some onions until they soften up a bit. Then bring in your mushrooms, and then you're just gonna season this with some garlic powder. Then I'm just gonna add some iodized salt and keep sauteing away. Then add in some artichokes and some roasted red peppers. Saute these veggies until they soften and smell fragrant. You see that sizzle? I could smell it through the screen. Brush some olive oil onto a piece of flatbread. FYI, olive oil is another way you can add healthy fats to your baby's meal. Then shower on some nutritional yeast. Try to get the kind that's fortified with B12. You can use that as one of your baby's B12 sources. Then sprinkle on some black pepper and a dash of iodized sea salt. And finally, you want to smear on some deliciously creamy, savory vegan pesto and layer on those sauteed veggies you cooked up. And then top it all off with some sliced tomatoes. Isn't she a beauty? Pop that into an oven for about 5 to 10 minutes. Then slice it up in a way that's easy for your baby or toddler to pick up and eat. For Beyond, I'm doing 4 slices. For a fun blue smoothie, you can do frozen pineapple, avocado, banana, almond butter, coconut cream, and maybe some coconut water and some blue spirulina powder. And this is where I add his liquid supplements. Recently, I just started giving it to him directly, but that day I added it to his smoothie. I did a vegan liquid multivitamin that has vitamin B12, D3, and iron, plus an omega-3 DHA and EPA drop for optimal brain power. The Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has said that carefully planned plant-based diets are healthy for people of all stages of life, including children. Carefully planned is the key phrase here. That means learning what nutrients are needed in what quantities and supplementing to fill any gaps.
For lunch, I made this cheesy pasta with broccoli and Beyond sausage. So I went and seasoned my broccoli with umami seasoning and salt and pepper, chopped up the sausage, popped that in the oven to bake and heat up. Then I went and boiled my pasta. I'm using red lentil pasta. I love this pasta because it is made completely 100% of lentils, so it's super high fiber, super high protein, but tastes like pasta. It's amazing. And if you're gluten-free, it's perfect for that too. Then I went and made my cheesy sauce. Okay, so this is something I made up myself, and you use dairy-free yogurt, nutritional yeast, and then I throw in that umami seasoning, a lot of umami seasoning, and make it into this paste, and I swear it makes the best easy mac and cheese. So then I went and threw in my baked broccoli, my Beyond sausage, and then I went and added my cheese sauce to everything. So this can all basically be done while the pasta is cooking. I mean, you cook all your other things, add it in all together. It's super quick and easy. And then I had that vegan cheese again, so I added that in to make it extra ooey gooey and delicious. And look at that! She's a beaut. This is so tasty, but so filling because of the veggies and all the protein in the pasta. And then you have the Beyond sausage too. This is something I experimented with in the kitchen, and this is a recipe I make all the time now, and I send it to people and they love it because it is so quick and so tasty.
For my lunch option, sometimes it's fun to make a quesadilla/taco. I place the slices of meat on top of the tortilla and sprinkle the cheese on top, then transfer it tortilla. While that's baking really nicely towards the middle of this process, I enjoy having some arugula on the side, and then you can add that on top of your tortilla to make it really super healthy, and it's delicious. As a side dish, I like to open a can of chickpeas and Brussels sprouts. The spices that I use on the chickpeas are pepper, chili flakes, thyme, oregano, garlic powder, and a little olive oil. I'm preheating my oven to about 350 degrees, so it'll be warm when you slide the platter in there. And I usually leave it in for 15 to 20 minutes till some of the leaves on the Brussels sprouts start getting crispy and brown, and you'll definitely smell them. They'll smell heavenly. And after about 20 minutes, you take the pan out and you discover that they're just crisp and give a little crunch and then a soft texture inside, and you will love them.
For dinner, I made Beyond red lentil soup with paprika-lime avocado. After heating up some oil, saute some garlic and some onions until fragrant. Y'all, I love the smell of garlic. Then add in some chopped carrots and celery. Next, add some water and bring in those red lentils. These are excellent sources of nutrition for our little ones. It's giving protein, iron, and B vitamins like folate. Then I add some tomato paste and stir that all together, and I just brought it to a boil. Look at that beautiful red color. Looks so good. Then I brought in the spices: cumin, cardamom, and coriander, plus garam masala. Then I added a bay leaf, which just adds another layer of flavor. And then I just let that sit and absorb all the flavors. Then you can add whatever leafy greens works best for your family. Cook it until it wilts, and then you can just add some lemon juice. And of course, if you're gonna add any salt to any dish, make sure it's iodized. It's just an easy way to get iodine. I made the decision to raise Beyond Vegan so he grows up understanding how our food and lifestyle choices impact climate change, his health, and all the sweet animals that he loves. Avoiding animal products is the single biggest way for families to reduce animal suffering. Also health-wise, studies show that early childhood nutrition impacts long-term health. What we eat even during those first few years of life can help prevent diseases that won't be symptomatic for decades.
For dinner, I have Thai green curry, which sounds really fancy, but actually comes together really quickly. So I start off by heating up coconut oil, and then I add in chopped onion, ginger, and garlic and saute that with salt and pepper, and then let everything cook down. And then the hardest part of this dish is just chopping the veggies. I swear, that's the hardest part. I add in chopped eggplant, broccoli, carrots, and bell pepper. Then I add in a can of full-fat coconut cream along with veggie broth, and then Thai green curry paste, which you can buy at pretty much any grocery store, and this is where all the flavor comes in. Then I add in cubed tempeh for that extra plant-based protein, and then I like to add more jalapenos for that little kick, and then bay leaves, and let that all simmer down. Then I go ahead and I start my coconut sticky rice. I add in rinsed rice along with coconut cream and coconut milk, and then some sugar and salt, so we get that sticky action from the sugar, and then I go ahead and let that cook. One thing I always hear from people about plant-based eating is that they just don't know where to start. Eating is all a habit, and it is something that you can learn, and you can always learn a new way to eat. It's just a matter of getting out there, exploring, and trying new options. And now Thai green curry is a staple of mine. So delicious, and it's super healthy and veggie packed. And if I hadn't gone vegan, I don't think I ever would have tried making recipes like this. So it's really inspired me to push my boundaries, try new things, and expand myself culinarily.
As a dinner option for a vegan, there's many choices of protein to use. I like to use the multitude of products by Gardein. I used vegan hamburgers and sauteed that with a little arugula and with all types of the same seasonings as before around, and it makes a pretty plate. You ladle the arugula on top of the patty, and with a slice or a couple slices of lightly sauteed tomato. Ooh, they're so yummy. And on top of that, cheese melting. What a feast you're going to have. When I make the collard greens, I'll use seasonings such as thyme, oregano, red pepper flakes, a little sugar, keep it a little sweet, a little tart with the addition of white vinegar. Vegan or vegetarian vegetable broth, no chicken, it'll say on the container. While that's all cooking down, you can just walk away from it, turn it down a little bit, and it'll start getting emulsified and soft, and it'll decrease in volume. Then I open my can of diced tomatoes and dump the whole can in. Turn it around so everything, all the greens get coated, and then you can turn the heat up a little bit, and then after that you can just turn it down low and let it cook down and not let it get too tender but al dente. I really enjoy being vegan, especially in this day and age. It really makes a difference on your body and mind and soul. And my doctor feels too. He's happy about this transition since I've been vegan since 1992. There's so many options to choose from. The most difficult part to give up for me was cheese, because I do love cheese, but now that there are so many delicious options of vegan cheese, there's no reason for me to eat dairy anymore. I'm in it for the long haul, and I welcome you to try some of the tasty foods that vegans offer. You can find a vegan section in virtually any store now. Bon appetit!